What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Welcome to another episode of the Free Agents Podcast. As always, we love to have you all out. Really appreciate you all showing up today. It's going to be a good one. I can guarantee you that. But before we move forward with anything, I need everyone to stop what they're doing and do two things for me. All right. The first thing I need you to do is subscribe. All right. Yeah, that's right. We're moving up, y'all. We fancy. And if you're on Facebook, or if you're on Twitch, if you're on any of those other things right now, go ahead and go to our YouTube as well. Because that is where we're trying to like move everybody to. So make sure you subscribe. Also, make sure you click on the notification. And the last thing I need you to do is share this out right now. Tweet it out, post it out on Instagram, text it out to your friends. Make sure that everybody is on board and ready to do this damn thing. So without any further ado, let me bring on my brothers from another mother. What is going on, gentlemen? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on?
Good, brother.
All right. So when we go ahead, as always, introduce ourselves and tell us how you define freedom today.
What up, people? This is your boy Bel-Ami. And today, man, I'm defining freedom, or I'm finding freedom in consistency. Being consistent and showing up, keeping my word, doing what I said I'm gonna do to myself. Because oftentimes we keep our words to other people. We hold that in much higher regard than we even do keeping our word to ourselves. So that's what I'm doing today, man.
Nice.
My word to myself.
What's going on, Mr. DJ Elbow Greasy?
Hey, can we give it up for Bel-Ami?
Yes, we can. Why are you giving it up for me though?
Did we not start this off with a dope performance?
Yeah. So here's the thing: there was no sound. There was
Are
no.
you serious?
You didn't see my messages. I was trying to send you messages. And Alonzo was in the chat, and he let us know there was no sound. So yeah, I was trying to get you. I even tried to pop into your live for a second.
Oh, sorry. Like I clicked on sound and everything, so I don't know what happened. That sucks.
It's okay. We'll just run it back.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll run it back during the show.
So I think you're discounting the energy that you brought to that performance, because what I'm seeing is, I don't know what he's on or listening to, but I want to know what he's listening to. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you were vibing into it. You know what I mean? Like, I just wanted to know what that sounded like. So it looked like it felt good. So I just want to speak that up, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And I receive all of that. And it did feel good. It definitely felt good.
Okay. How am I defining freedom today? Using the people I know. I oftentimes don't network and connect with people that I've known for years. You know what I mean? Because it seems kind of weird or whatever. If I'm not just saying, yo, let's go play some ball or let's get some food, but I'm starting to realize now you can look to your people for other things. You know what I mean? So I'm defining freedom by using the people that I know. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Nice. So how am I defining freedom today? I think for me, I am defining freedom. Honestly, I don't know. It's been a hard week, y'all. It's been a rough week, and it has been a rough day. And so I think if I'm going to say I'm defining freedom today, I need to start. That's how I'm defining freedom. I just need to start. Because it's just been rough.
Damn. How you follow that?
I don't know. We just gotta follow with support, man. You know, listen, and hopefully you'll find some freedom in our conversations this evening.
Air hugs.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
know, real 2-hand hugs, not the dap. Bring it in, one arm hug. Nah,
The lean in.
no, the 2 arm. We talking about come close, brother.
Oh, like beards touching and shit
No,
accidentally.
you know, at agape. It's agape. It's an
You're
agape
right.
hug.
Also, as you can see, we're missing Ricky, but I will assure you that Ricky is not. He is still part of the podcast. Okay, guys, he's not gone. He's definitely still part of the podcast. The thing is, Ricky had another gig, which is also very funny to me because
He still got. Wait, I remember that, and I was like, but on the news, Ted Cruz and the Cancun and the Borland and the snow, they're gigging.
Right. So that's what I was about to say. I was like, yo, Houston, they know how to bounce back. Like that's the kind of rebound love you need. So like, as soon as it got a little hot again, they back in it. Everybody's back at the club. Everybody's back partying and doing their thing.
And they never bounced away.
Yeah.
Houston been
like
open
real talk.
So
you go if the club don't have running water, you still going to it though? They have electricity, but they don't have running water. You still going?
Do they have running Hennessy?
That's all you need. You need that running Hennessy.
This is no ice. This is no ice.
The toilet's gonna be interesting. The toilet situation will be interesting. But
everything neat.
What did the toilet say? Out of service.
Don't act like an out of service toilet has kept you from using the bathroom in a club before.
It depends on where in the point of the out of service it is.
There's levels to out of service. What you're saying?
There's levels
to that.
Yeah. Late out of service, I ain't using that toilet.
We got Big Bro in the building, and then Cherie is in here too.
What's going on?
What's going on, brother? What's going on? What do you say? Freedom equals beautiful. I missed it. Oh man, there's a lot of comments I'm missing. Hold on. All right. So let me get back. Trying to catch up in these comments. My brother said, "Freedom, beautiful. What's good?" Dang, I missed it again. I don't know. Okay, I can't find it. Oh, here it goes. What's good, my brother? What's going on, my brother? All right, here we go. All right, I'm back. I was tripping. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into these house rules.
10 minutes to read one line.
Yo, I just hold up. Freedom.
What's going on, man? Now, freedom now. Start now. What's going on, man? What's going on? Is DJ Star okay, Bel-Ami?
You know what? Let me. You know what? I go ahead.
Got something on his chest.
I'll share. All right. So I'll share this. I think it's a good opportunity. I've been working on this project.
Shareable, by the way.
Yeah, it's definitely shareable.
Oh, okay.
I've been working on this project for, I guess, about almost 6 months. That's crazy. No, November, December, January, February. Yeah, about 4 months, almost 5 months. And I was very blessed by a mentor of mine who connected me to a project for Lucas Educational Research. So working with George Lucas, and
dropping names. What are we doing?
Hey,
that's a hell of a name.
That's a big name. I'm just like, do they know? I hope it's going. Let it rock.
And so I'm excited. Go ahead. What?
Some people might not know who George Lucas is. Can you just educate them quickly?
Yeah,
just a quick blurb.
So he created this like small little series that I guess sort of like took off, called Star Wars or something.
Yeah.
But and then it had like 7, 8, 9 other films to go with it. But he's George Lucas is a American filmmaker who's not just famous for Star Wars, but he's also done some other films. I want to say it was American Graffiti was the other one that was really
I think so, yeah.
One of his very first ones, yeah. And so he just has really great insight when it comes to not just science fiction, but then also political messaging within films. So
yeah, he did Roots too, right?
Did he?
Lucas? Shut up.
So it's like, all right, look, man, don't get me fired. All right, so
Sorry, man. It was right there.
Better CGI. Roots would have
Y'all like, wait a minute, did he? Oh, wait, I think.
LeVar Burton's foot would have, I don't know, he got it cut off, right? He got it cut off.
Yeah.
They would have had like some cool, super cool CGI stuff.
It was like, yo, this Roots is kind of good, man. I didn't know it was gonna be this good.
Roots in outer space.
Oh, for real.
No, so I've been working on this project, and I'm excited about it because it's a really huge study on just project-based learning, and so we are actually going to be releasing all that information. It actually comes out tomorrow, and then we have a major event on Monday, and already 15,000 people have signed up to attend this event. Yeah, it's crazy.
15,000.
15,000. So, you know,
and so
our viewership is a little low.
What are you actually doing for these 15,000?
So I mean, I was a production assistant. So a lot of what I've done is just help the production coordinator or coordinating producer.
Okay.
And so it's really been a great learning experience. I've learned a lot about pitching stories to journalists. Learned a lot about interviewing. I've been interviewing teachers and interviewing students, but then also just like how to manage like an actual rollout of a major announcement. So it's been really cool. And I'm actually excited because like one of my pitches actually went through. So that's also kind of exciting. So I say all that to say, and I think what was also really dope is that like, because I've now learned these skills, I can help apply that to like, the stuff that we're doing as well. So like, as we try to start to pitch stuff, and like I was telling Amir about like this program, this online thing called Cision, where like a lot of people go through to do their like press releases, and so like as you get your information out, if you want to find ways to get your information out, then you can do so. It's about quality, not quantity. Yes, you are right, Cherie. It is about quality, not quantity. Appreciate you. So thank you for that. But yeah, so like it's just I'm excited that this thing is sort of coming to like this point, but then it's just like a lot has been happening today and yesterday to get us to this to Monday. And so it's not necessarily going to calm down after Monday. We're just going to start rolling out different things, but like the big culmination point is on Monday. And so like it's just been a lot happening. And then so you put that on there, plus I'm trying to get back into my gaming. I streamed for 3 hours today, y'all. So I was excited about that. And then 3 hours. Damn. From like 6 o'clock in the morning to like 9 in the morning. And then I finally was able to start getting to making some nice graphics for us. So it's just, it's just one of those days where you just gotta, put it all together. So everything is happening though for the glory of God. And so I'm excited about that. And I'm excited to see where, we're gonna go. But enough about me. Let's get into these house rules, shall we?
Listen, we want to make sure you get what you need, brother. That's what
I got it now. But
wow.
Wait. I want to say something though, man, because I'm running out.
Oh wow! What is happening?
I'm running out.
You like it too much, bro.
But I realized though, what's really dope about this. First of all, let's shout out. They don't sponsor us, but I would love for them to. Is it Glenmorangie, right? Is that how you say it?
Glenmorangie.
Glenmorangie. Now you don't have to send me this one, but if y'all just want to send anyone, I'll take it.
Well, y'all have to see that one. That's the one I really like.
Yeah, but this is some great whiskey. Like, I mean, not whiskey, it's scotch. Let me be professional.
Yeah.
But yeah, like one thing I realized about the scotch though, because I used to drink it like just after dinner, but it tastes so much better in the presence of company. And it's no joke. Like whenever we done this podcast, I'll sip it and it's like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because we're talking more or like I don't know what it is, but like it just really tastes so much better. So I'll drink and I'm drinking like 2 of these before the end of the podcast. But it's a social drink. So there you go.
Is it also maybe like the ideas that you're sharing kind of warms the glass a bit and then like gets to your soul? You just kind of sipping ideas.
It could be that too. So it could be
real deep shit.
That's what y'all doing, man. That's what y'all doing to me, man. Bring another side of me out.
Yo, I meant to tell you too, Lever, that so I found out today that weed is not legal yet in Jersey. The mayor hasn't, or the governor hasn't signed off. He hasn't signed off yet.
What are you talking about?
So there's been some discrepancy with like the penalties for underage smoking, and so they can't come to an agreement. So he hasn't signed off on making it legal. As he takes a puff.
I'm confused. They're uncertain of how to penalize someone who they caught with weed.
Well, the minors, like what is going to be like the penalty?
Right, the minors. Yeah. So in the process, no one can have weed legally. And we're trying to figure out what to do if we catch someone who's under the age.
Yeah.
Do the same thing that you do with underage drinking.
That's why I think it's pretty straightforward.
Nah, they don't want to lock up the white folks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what they know. They know they're gonna eventually get it, and they're gonna get caught, and they're gonna be driving.
I think about underage drinking is much more harmful than underage smoking.
Correct.
So just take that penalty and whatever it is, like use it as a scale, like a sliding scale almost. Like if that's 100%, if it's 20% worse than smoking, then make the penalty 20% less.
So maybe it should go between underage cigarette smoking and underage drinking. Like it's right in the middle.
Underage smoking, period. It's all legal at this point. So
that's true.
So wait, are you advocating then we should therefore make cigarette smoking legal?
No, but I'm saying
no.
Smoking cigarettes is legal. So now smoking marijuana is going to be legal. Whatever you use for underage smoking of cigarettes, use that for underage smoking of marijuana.
Nah, that wouldn't work because if you're not going to get pulled over by a cop because you've been smoking a cigarette, and you're more than likely also not going to cause an accident because you're smoking a cigarette. So what happens if you happen to be high and you're underage?
That's what I'm saying. I think it should be like in the middle. Honestly, it should just be alcohol. I mean, because like both of those are habit inducing or whatever inhibiting drugs. Like it changes your behavior.
Yes.
And so because both of those change your behavior, they should be treated the same.
Yes, but they don't want to lock white folks up.
Wouldn't they lock them up for drinking?
Yeah, but I'm saying they know that this is going to generate a lot of money, and they don't want something that's going to generate a lot of money deter people who could be spending money on it because they might go to jail if they break a rule.
I got you.
All right, let me get to my house rules, damn it.
Yeah, because we're already deep in discussion.
Oh no!
What up, Kadre? By the way, I see you.
Kadre says, "Yo, I'm here," and we all understand it. Until Kadre arrives, it is not official. So thank you.
I know, man. We're worried about him. Houston.
So official. I'm glad you got your power back, bro.
Nice.
Because that's a real thing. Anyway, house rules, real quick. Listen, and it's very simple. We keep very few rules here. The one house rule that we have is that you think and speak freely. You have permission to do so at any moment throughout the show. Think and speak freely. We're going to do that. We advocate for you to do that. And just understand it's a very interactive show. So as we think and speak freely, feel free to engage us however you see fit, whether it be in the chat or via this link that I'm about to post in the chat, which you can get to on whatever platform you're viewing this on. This link right here will bring you backstage to the VIP section and allow you to engage with us face to face. We'll pop you in here. We know Kadre is going to be in here later. That's a given. But if someone else wants to come in here too, you know what I'm saying? We can have conversations.
Yeah.
We want to learn from you. The only thing that stands between understanding is conversation. We're here to have those conversations. So with that, I turn it back over to you, DJ Star.
Yeah, and I want to say, because we're missing our homeboy today, Ricky, that if you want to pop in and just drop in for a segment, definitely do that, because it'd be cool to have some people sit in. And by the way, we've yet to have a woman sit in on our segment.
We need some feminine energy in here.
Yeah,
because it's I don't know. Testosterone can only take us so far, and let's just even it out. We want some women to pop in here tonight, and I don't know, just take our conversation elsewhere. That's it,
yeah. With that being said, let's one thing we didn't do, and maybe we'll just do it right off the back. We have some topics for y'all to choose from tonight. So, of course, the overall topic for tonight is off the grid. And so we're talking about mainstream versus my stream, the Texas grid versus the federal grid, loving off the grid, and surviving off the tech grid. All right. So if there's any one of those that y'all want to talk about, y'all want to hear first, go ahead and pop that into the comments, into the chat.
You know what we forgot to do?
What did we forget to do?
Remember last week we were supposed to talk about songs and their meanings?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, because we were talking about like pony, but that actually means something.
Oh
different.
yeah.
And Bel-Ami put me on
From what I remember, we were supposed to talk about songs that didn't actually mean
what we thought they meant.
So not songs and meanings, but those particular types of songs.
Right.
Into the Grotto. What do you mean, Sherry?
Let's put these back up one more time so you can see. So mainstream versus my stream, Texas grid versus federal grid, love off the grid, surviving off the tech grid. These are the options that we have. Drop in the chat. Let us know what you want to hear about, and we'll get to those in just a moment. But Cherie, explain what you meant.
Number 3, she said. She said
3.
Yeah, she said number 3, but then I'm trying to understand what Into the Grotto is. Yeah, sure. You should just come in.
Maybe it was a typo.
Okay. I was going to say she should just drop into the...
Kadre said just go down the list of topics.
Yeah.
That's typically what ends up happening anyway.
All right, well, let's do it. Let's start with number 3, though, since that's the only vote we got so far.
All right, Cherie.
Loving off the grid. I'm actually gonna start with Lever, because I think he brought this up.
Please clarify this, because I don't know what this means.
You remember the conversation, Lever?
Kinda.
Oh, you know what? I got you. I got it.
Was this like, I think we're talking about like not be involved with online dating or something like that?
Yes.
Mm.
It takes a brave. I'm sorry, I'm just reading these chats. Got
Man
it.
cave, yeah. I don't know.
Got it.
That sounds like something else.
All right, so here we go. Online dating. That's loving on the grid, and then compared to like offline dating. And so I think we were going to like basically have a conversation. I know I've done some online dating. What's going on, David? I know I've done some online dating.
That's the big homie.
Have any of y'all done online dating before?
Bro, nah, man, I missed that, and I feel like I missed a significant portion of like I feel like I would have been great. I'd have been great at it.
Why do you think you would have been great at online dating?
Because it just I feel like it just comes with the element of convenience that off the grid dating, or just like face to face, like meeting someone organically, doesn't allow for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's understood, yo, like we engage in this space via this app, and like it's gonna be sparse. And I say sparse for me because like I'm a person, I need my time. Like I need all the me time. And then when I feel like engaging, like cool, I know the app is there and it's go time, whoever I'm engaging with on this app. So I feel like I'd have been really good at it.
All right. So for me, I did some online dating after my divorce. I did Plenty of Fish, and I think it was like Yahoo Dates, and then even what's the Match one called? Match. That's what it's called. That's what it's called. So I did it right before the apps weren't really big yet. So it was really more like online stuff. And the one thing I realized and one thing I appreciated about online dating was that like people knew what they wanted. And so like I would go out on dates and it would literally be like we would go hang out and then maybe even halfway in the date or maybe at the end it'd be like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. I'm like, you're right, it ain't gonna work. And we just keep it moving because it was so plentiful. But then on the ones that like you also had the kind of dates where people knew what they wanted, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it was like, we can skip all this other stuff. I was like, I'll take you to breakfast. They'd be like, look, I'll just take a bowl of cereal. Let's just do what we got to do. And so I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So it was those two. So
that's what I missed out on. I missed out.
You know what, fellas? Nah, none of that shit appeals to me. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there has to be a connection, right? And I'm not gonna make a connection with you if I'm being straight up. You know what I mean? Then like that's the low end theory. That's the base level. You know what I mean? That's granted. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like the mystery, like, remember that time you go out dancing and oh girl, you ask to dance, can actually dance and there's no grind and it's just as sensual. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like online dating is just that, that grind and from behind, all that kind of crazy on the dance floor dancing. And then the like getting to know them and communicating, vibing. That's that she can dance and, you might be holding her fingertip and it's just so much energy and vibrations from that fingertip that you can get. You know what I mean? So like, nah, man, I'm not with that Samsung love, brother.
So, I mean, I will say this. I think the thing that's different between loving on the grid and loving off the grid is that, like, off the grid, there's a courting period, right? Like, you sort of know the person and you sort of see them and you're like not necessarily plotting, but you're thinking in your head, like, ooh, how can I connect with this person? And what can I do? Right?
Yeah.
And so, like, when you love it on the grid, it's just like everything is right there in front of you. Like, you read their profile. They read your profile. You know what they like, at least what they said they like.
That's computer love. That's that computer love, man. That's that computer love. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. And to your point, DJ, I totally understand that. Like, there's no replacing that. But I think also I think what you sound like is, so when I say I missed it. It was because I missed that period of, like, I've always been like a deep connection dude as well. And I like being in relationships. And so I'm always typically in a relationship. But for those times that I wasn't, like, I wasn't interested in being in one. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I really didn't feel like being in one, I didn't want to be in one. And, the time that it takes to get to the do sometimes that you need is just, it's much easier with an app.
Yeah.
Like, swipe left. It's so easy. It's so easy.
Yo.
Matter of fact, you know what I do sometimes? Sometimes, and I have friends who let me go on their app, and I just have to swipe for them. I'll just be like, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, go. I give them back their phone. That's how I get my jollies that way.
I do. So I am curious, and I really want to put this out into the people. Do y'all think that like online dating help with people being more liberated sexually?
That's a good question.
Because I feel like nowadays that like people like they're okay with having sex. Like they'll just be like, look, I just want to connect, have sex, swipe left, swipe whatever the swipes are. That was before swiping was before my time on online dating. But like, I just know that like when I was online dating, I'm not saying I was sleeping with everybody, but you know, if I wanted to, I probably could have. I'm not saying like I got game like that, but I just knew what the game was about a lot of times when it came to online dating.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a good question. If you got any thoughts on that, hop in the chat. Let us know.
So my brother said that he met his wife on online dating 7 years ago.
He also says online dating is the hardest thing ever.
There is some catfishing.
That's a whole nother thing, right? The whole catfish situation.
Yeah. Catfishing. And then the other thing is women. So like you might be really into a woman and she'll be like, yeah, let's connect. Let's go out, for breakfast, blah, blah, blah. Right. And so then you'll go out for breakfast and then she'll ghost you because all she wanted was a meal. That happened to me.
Wow.
I was like,
that's
serious?
Yes.
That sounds like a first of the month is coming up, and I'm kind of low on my ends. I just need to get this quick meal right quick.
Like we connected. I really thought we was going places. Oh no, what my wife say?
Oh, here we go. I think you can be very liberated in person. Okay.
I'm with Erica. I'm with Erica on that, man. I'm with her on that.
But I think I feel like, and I don't know, I'm no expert. Like I said, I have no basis for this thought other than it seems like, or other than other online interactions where you have a battery in your back. And I think that degree of anonymity allows you to explore, some of your ideas that may be frowned upon if you had to confront them personally. And so I think in a way it could make you more sexually liberated. That's why people search porn all the time. That's why it's the most searched thing, but they don't talk about it as much as they search it.
Sound like a pick a side question to me.
Wait, hold on. I think people pick porn all the time because it's finally accessible. And you don't have to, go into the dirty mag room or, VHS or whatever. I actually go back to the point made prior. Like, I think, there is the mystery, you know what I'm saying, in whomever that you're being intimate with. And it's like a song, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want that background singer out singing you and feel like it's a competition. You know what I mean? It should be a duet. It shouldn't be a feature. And so those vibrations, and you do it organically. I think if you do it like by sending some type of signal out in the, you know what I'm saying? Like through technology, if you think about it, caveman shit, it's like sending a signal, a bat signal somewhere, and someone's receiving that signal, right? So I think when you're doing that, here's my profile, you're just, again, it's low end. It's like when it's over, it's over. But that song, the duet, perfect combination type shit, you know what I mean? If it's done right, that's what sticks. And I feel like when your man was like, I met my wife through, online dating, and then hardest thing ever, catfish. I wonder how long it took for him to find his wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah.
Kadre says online dating could be good. It depends on you and the other person. I think that's to the point, right? Like some people can find their wife. Some people can't.
Yo, put that Mabel. Yeah, that Mabel one was good. Hey fellas, my first time watching live. Hey, what's going on? Appreciate you coming on. And then she said, I think the problem with online dating is it gives people the illusion of abundance. And she is right about that. Because you do think that there's like a world of stuff out there. The other thing about, I would say too,
Is there not?
I mean, there is, but the thing is, though, you have this. This is what I was about to say. You have the idea of what you want in your head, and a lot of times you'll get a bunch of messages from people that is not your ideal, and you're just like, "Why are y'all texting or why are y'all messaging me? Because I don't want to be with you." And like, but then at the same time, you also, I think the thing is that like, it also gives you this thing where it's like, oh man, somebody really wants me.
Or it's just and I totally I agree partially with you, Mabel. I push back in the fact that I believe there is abundance, and I don't think that is an illusion. And I think these things just highlight the fact that, listen, there is somebody who might potentially, you know what I'm saying, want something to do with you. And I think, when you're engaging personally, if you have to go meet somebody and introduce yourself, there's so many things that get in the way of that introduction that may not really even matter, may be based on your personal experience and that person's personal experience, the circumstances. Who is this person out with? Do they want to be seen as somebody who's easy to pick up? When maybe they really are easy to pick up, and this app lets them be easy to pick up. It lets them be their true selves. So, I mean, there's so many other factors that go into these interpersonal relationships that we create in the more traditional manner.
Yeah.
Get taken out. They get eliminated because it's like, yo, we're just going to focus on the raw, primal attraction. Do you like the way this person looks? Yes, sir.
Yo, but there's this. Yeah, I would say, but there's this new app out right now where you don't get to see what the person looks like. Like, it's literally, I forget what they base it on, but I think they base it on like you take some kind of questionnaire, and it's really all about personality, and it matches you based on like the characteristics of your personality, and they match you, and then you I think you connect with them or whatever, and then you get to see what they look like.
That's cool. If you're looking for that.
So there's some things in the chat. It was blowing up.
Yeah. I didn't want to overlook those. Did we see the Rick and Marty episode?
Yes, this is exactly what I was thinking about.
Rick and Marty, I've heard of this. Why haven't I seen this?
Yo, you gotta go watch Rick and Morty. It's Morty, not Marty, but Rick and Morty is hilarious. And then the dating app episode is even more hilarious. It's on you can find Rick and Morty on Cartoon Network, but it's Adult Swim.
Oh, okay.
Because it is a rated RR.
Oh,
really?
Yes.
Very interesting. Porn could be put to good use. I'm sure a lot of people might give you ideas on how to take your intimate moments to the next level. Hey, educational.
You're right. Or it could give you ideas of how to mess up that intimate moment.
That too. My wife and I met at a bar, but we retro checked OkCupid and we were 73%. That's dope. Maybe I'll do that with my wife. We'll retro check stuff.
What does that mean?
That means you
and take the survey and see if you guys match.
Yeah.
Oh, while you're married?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's all good, David. It's all good, man.
Erica's laughing. Online dating is like going to Walmart on Black Friday. Yo, that is a great analogy.
But I do want to say this, though. Let me talk about this catfishing thing real quick, because I watch Catfish. And if you date somebody online and you ain't seen them in a couple of years, that's an issue. Like, if you've never met the person and you've dated them for 2 years and you talking about I love you and I want to be with you, and you ain't never seen them.
People actually are doing that, though, Derek.
Yeah, you got to watch Catfish, man.
Watch Catfish?
No,
watch the show.
That's not real.
It is. They be falling in love with dudes. I mean, well, like, let me clarify.
Yeah.
So it'll be like it'll be a guy who's like thinks that they're dating this hot female, and the hot female is actually a dude, and just like took some pictures off somebody else's Instagram and used them. And so it's like
People are real clever.
they are. But you know what I used to do? I used to make people, it's almost like the kidnapping thing. I used to make people send me a picture of themselves with the today's newspaper. Or like it had to be like something specific. I was like, let me make sure you're real.
That's smart.
You went through that?
Mm-hmm. Because I ain't about to go talk to you and then waste my time. I got things to do.
You got to make. Listen, will you, bro? You got George Lucas to work from.
Oh no! At this point, it don't matter.
Michael says, I feel like people give each other more grace when they know each other organically, and online it's too easy to drop folks. I totally 100% agree with that. So there's some pros and cons to each, you know.
Yeah.
Depending on the type of, interaction you're desiring, you know. Totally, I can totally agree with that.
All right, so look, we cannot move forward, all right, because I don't want to go to the next segment without at least addressing this whole Texas situation.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, because at least 2/3 of us has lived in Texas. So, and if Ricky was here, it would have been 3/4. And so, I think it is important that we have this discussion about the Texas grid versus the federal grid. And for those people who don't know what's going on, if you haven't had electricity or something for like the last week, Texas received, I'm not going to say its first ever major winter storm, because I'm sure it's probably had some other ones, but it was a pretty bad one. And because of that, some people say not necessarily because of that, but the utilities sort of got cut off, both electricity and water. And there were some explanations that were happening. But the biggest aha moment that came out of this is that we found out that Texas is not part of the federal grid, and that they had decided that they were going to run their own energy because they are the energy state. And so because of that, it sort of put them in a situation where once the grid failed, it left a lot of people, like 4 million of those people, without electricity and without utilities. And so we started having this discussion about that's what this whole thing about off the grid came from, where it's is it better to be off the grid or on the grid? Because there are some pluses about being off the grid, and there are some minuses about being off the grid. I see Kadre in the back freezing, clapping.
I think we should actually bring Kadre in.
Yeah. This would be good because he experienced it.
Dre has experienced this, and he lived through this, and is living through this. Rather, let me say that. And I know for sure it affected Kadre, because Kadre missed a couple streams in between time. Those streams. So, and I say that in jest, but really, let's bring Kadre in for a minute, and we'll get back to that. Kadre.
Yes, my brothers. What's up?
How you doing?
Welcome back, man.
Good. Praise God. I got my lights on, my water's on, and all of that.
That's good. Yo, yeah. Talk about, first of all, what was that whole experience like, man?
I was kind of well, of course, obviously cold as hell. So,
yeah.
But then it was educational, because up until this whole winter storm thing, I didn't know anything about ERCOT. I didn't know that we were that we had our own independent power grid. All I knew is that, hey, I paid my electric bill to Direct Energy, and my power is supposed to be on. Or since I live in an apartment complex, whenever the power goes off at the apartment complex, contact energy. But ERCOT, I didn't know anything about them until this whole thing happened. And then finding out that that we was on our own on power grid. I'm like, what?
Mm.
So all of this could have been prevented, had we had some of our lawmakers, had they decided, okay, to at least try to find a way to, join the federal power grid. And then I'm hearing and some of this talk is actually based on, what I've seen on the internet, you know, um, like some of the lawmakers, they didn't want to go along with the regulations that the federal government had established. So I'm like, so we're suffering at the hands of somebody
Understand?
else's,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
huh?
It's a lot about oversight, right? It's they didn't want to be subject to the same oversight um, that other states were subject to. Correct?
With that I'm not too clear on, but I did hear something about them not wanting to, not wanting to, have to live up to the standards of the federal government.
Mm.
So yeah, like they didn't want to live up to the regulations established by the federal government. So I'm like, okay, so millions of us are suffering because because of some boneheaded decisions made by some lawmakers.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, and then to hear about Ted Cruz, who's supposed to be representing Texas in the Senate, he flies to Cancun. Like what? It's
Yeah.
crazy. And then like I'm hearing stuff about the blame being placed on let's see, I think Abbott was supposed to blame like other folks and all of that. I'm like, good lord. But then I hear about Rick Perry's involvement in the decision to not have Texas a part of that, the federal government. So I'm like, this is crazy. So it's going to cause me to do a little bit more research on this whole thing with ERCOT. So yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna.
uh,
I know. I was gonna say. Definitely that Slicky Ricky was in there.
yeah, man,
Yeah. Rick Perry. That dude is something.
yeah.
I
Now,
know. I know though. DJ Elbow Greasy. I know you had some comments on this and some concerns on this as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, literally, Kadre repeated exactly what I was repeating. The fact that they're able to be off the grid
yeah,
and they're able to, I guess you would say, provide the residents of Texas with a cheaper, bill, but doesn't mean that you're insured to have your energy. I mean, your money's protected better than your electricity. That don't sound right. You
yeah.
know?
Mm.
And then like not only that, like of course I think this smaller parts of the problem was due to Mother Nature, but the bigger part of it was that there were they called it rolling power outages.
Mm,
Yeah, so basically what I heard they were saying was that okay, they did it like that in order to protect the grid. So they said that
yeah.
yeah, they said that had they not done that, like millions and millions of more people, would have been affected for even longer periods of time.
Mm.
So
Mm.
yeah, like there were certain hours of the day where okay, we would get like an hour or two worth of electricity, and then all of a sudden the power would go right back off and would be off for hours. It wouldn't go. It
Wow.
wouldn't be back on to like probably like the next evening or so.
Oh
Mm.
wow.
So yeah. Now the thing is that hospitals and areas surrounding hospitals, they
Mm,
really weren't affected. Like they got the priority as far as like okay, not messing with their energy, not turning their electricity off. So what we ended up doing, my parents and I, my brother and my sister-in-law and my niece and nephew, we checked into a hotel. Like as a matter of fact, we just checked out a few hours ago. So we was able to spend like 3 nights in a hotel and everything, and no outages, none of that.
wow.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
The only time we had to deal with with no water at the hotel was because a pipe the pipe had burst like probably like off the property. So like the hotel we were at, we were on the same we was on the same ground as the Hampton, which is like right across the walkway from us. And so yeah, so but
Dig it.
no but
So
other than that, like we only went without water in the hotel for probably like a few hours.
so here's a question I have,
Yeah,
because and it brings up a couple things, right? And I know DJ Star, we talked about this earlier, but
yeah,
part of the privatization of the energy allows for other certain benefits statewide, right? And so I'm not sure how much of it attributes to this, but if I'm sure it plays a role in the fact that there are no state taxes, or that they can be offset to a certain degree by
mm-hmm,
having other areas privatized by the state. So
mm-hmm.
my question then is, in the whole on the grid, off the grid, what's better? On the grid and it costing you more on the front end, or off the grid and you losing some of the other benefits that you have?
That is a very good. That's a very good question. When I do more research into that, I will have a better understanding
Fair
and a
enough.
better answer of that. So what I will say is this: it also taught me the reason why to own a home and own property, because when you do that, you are able to, you know, to add stuff like generators to your property. Now we
Mhm.
did.
Mhm.
Now, from what I heard is that some of my neighbors, I think some of my neighbors might have had generators in their pickup trucks, and powering up whatever they could power up
Yeah.
in their units. But yeah, so now my parents, my parents own their home, although they're renting out a unit here, in the same complex where I stay. They've been doing that, in preparation, to do some renovations to the house and all. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and then found out the pipes bust at their house.
Wow. Well,
Yeah,
I think you make a good point though about owning property and being able to manage yourself, and I think
mhm,
that's an essential piece, and that's part of the freedom that we are all seeking, to have the freedom to protect ourselves and
Yeah.
maintain a certain standard. Uh,
yeah,
but Kadre, man, thank you, bro. We're gonna pop you backstage again,
yeah.
and
That-
just stick around, bro.
all
Yeah,
right.
appreciate it. I was also going to say, I think like the idea around owning property, um, is you do get the opportunity to like make adjustments. So like one of the first things when I moved to Texas, I always go through these situations where like when I moved from Indiana to Texas, I always was like, man, why in the heck are they doing stuff like this in Texas? So like this idea that like none of the pipes were, really created to like
Mhm.
withstand winter. And
Mm.
so like as soon as it hits like 31 degrees, things just bust. And I'm just like, yo, we used to sustain temperatures way below like 10 degrees in Indiana in that situation. And so like I think it's important that like if you are owning a home, like get that kind of stuff checked out, because sometimes insurance won't cover that. And so it's like you want to make sure that you take care of that. And then the other thing is, and to this point about like taxes, is like I just remember when I moved to New York and I got my first electric bill, that crap was ridiculous. I remember looking at that electric bill. It was like we had only been in that apartment for like maybe half the month, and my electric bill was like $300. And so then I called the people and I was like, yo, what is going on? And they were like, well, thing is, what we do is we look at last year's electric bill at this time, and whatever that electric bill is, we charge you because we only look at the meter every other month. And I was like, that's some bullcrap. I didn't live here last year. And I know for sure that we $300 worth of electricity. And they were like, well, we'll adjust it. And so then when I started to really look at the bill, like I was being triple taxed. And so like I had like you had to pay like three separate bills. So there was one bill coming in for like you pay for the electricity coming in, and then you pay for the electricity going out, and they tax you both times for that. And then they added that together, and they pay, and you had to pay for another like state tax on top of that. And I'm like, isn't the whole idea of like the tax we already like I just paid was a state tax? And I was like, it was just because like they made you. That's what it was. They made you pay for the electric bill for the state in New York. So you pay for the electric bill for the state. And I'm like, isn't that why I pay taxes? Is to pay for the electric bill for the state? And then on top of that, they tax you on that as well. So it was just ridiculous in terms of like the amount of taxes and electricity. And I used Texas as like a comparison because they were like, well, here we're deregulated. I was like, listen, I know what deregulation is. All right. I lived in Texas, and I would blast my air conditioning all day, every day, and my bill would never ever be above $100. I was like, we used no air conditioning at all in New York, and all we was running was a refrigerator and an electric stove. And my bill for 2 weeks, and my bill was $300.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know, man. That's a whole nother thing though, because New York, they just tax you out the ass for everything. I
Yes.
think, like, New York is the biggest hustle. It's like the biggest hustle. But bro, like I totally feel you, man. Like, especially when you don't know what you're getting charged for. I think that makes a case for being off the grid.
Yeah.
Because when you're on the grid or plugged in, whatever you want to say, like, you're subject to, whatever comes with that.
So, yeah, man. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, I mean, I think this would do it. I mean, I think we're good with off the grid, on the grid, living. What'd you say?
What was the other topic?
The other topics that we had to discuss for this was
Don't worry about
mainstream versus my stream, and then like the tech grid.
Let's pivot. Let's insert. Let's inject some energy.
let's put some energy in this thing.
Listen, you want to take a second and talk about some of the things that you got? If you notice, there's a new.
My brother asked real quick, how many states are on the federal grid? I believe all of them, but Texas. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, I believe it's all of them except for Texas too.
Yeah.
But DJ Star, I know you wanted to talk about your what you got going on. If you notice, there's another banner in here for you.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there's another banner in here for you.
Oh, well, go ahead and put it up
in here for you. So,
oh, thank you. Yes, I got you. Here we go. So,
not her cakes.
Yeah, but let me say something because I've been messing up every week. I've been saying Miss Fannie Mae's, and it's Miss Fanny's. And my wife was like, "You do know it's just Miss Fanny's, right? It's not Miss Fannie Mae's." And I was like, "Why do I say Miss Fannie Mae?" And so the reason why I say Miss Fannie Mae because Fannie Mae is like a federal mortgage. It's a federal mortgage thing. So like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And I grew up in a house where my mom was a loan officer. And so like those are the names that stick in my head. But anyway, Miss Fanny's sweetshop.com. Check her out. Matter of fact, she made me because she's been like testing out different recipes. And so like we had some vegan chocolate pudding with Oreos. It was really great. But it didn't necessarily turn out the exact way. And so she redeemed herself and made me a birthday cake this weekend with Oreos. And so like, I really appreciate that. So been eating on that. But yeah, as always, if you want your sweets, the cakes that you eat, not my wife's cakes, but her cakes that she bakes, then check out Miss Fannie Mae's. And also I want to shout out,
you're ignorant.
I am ignorant. But that's okay. I also want to shout out. I love just like big upping people, and he probably is not even listening, and I'm fine with that. But he might end up listening later. But I don't know. I want to say like a friend of mine, mentee, possibly. Maybe he sees himself that way. But like I have a guy of mine that I used to work with, goes by the name of Olaji. He is creating his own clothing line called University Prisoner. And it's a really dope idea, really dope concept. And so like he just released his first clothes, I guess. He's doing a hoodie and he's doing a like a whole jogging or like hoodie sweatsuit get up. And so like I want to shout him out. If you go to University Prisoner on Instagram, you can check it out. But like it's a really dope concept. And the reason why he sort of went with University Prisoner is because for him he realized that like college wasn't for him and that like it really was just a trap in a prison for him. And so like he decided to create this thing called University Prisoner clothing line to sort of get that message around because college isn't for everybody. So yeah, shout out to him. And as always, you can catch me playing games on Twitch. DJ Star _22.
What does DJ Star stand for? Why are you DJ Star?
All right. So a lot of people ask me that question because like Lever thought I was a DJ one day when I was in his Twitch. And he was like, who is this dude in my Twitch? And he thought I was some like random DJ. I was like, no. So DJ Star, where it comes from is that's my signature. When I signed my name, because my name is Derek Jason Smith, initially it used to look like Derek J. Smith, and then I shortened it to DJ, and then like a star. And so that's my signature is DJ Star. And then of course 22 because my favorite number is 2, and what's better than 1 2 is 2 2s. So DJ Star _22.
Why did I think it was an acronym? I don't know.
Let me see. How can I do that? Derek Jason Smith taking all risk.
Ooh, come on.
22 twos.
Well, then, since you are a risk taker, sir, I'm sure
I got some good ones today, y'all.
You will appreciate this next segment. And this next portion of our show is my favorite, my absolute favorite. And it's called Pick a Side.
Yeah, look at that graphic.
Yeah, we getting fancy for this, for the 99 and the 2000. Pick a side.
Yeah, pick a side.
Pick a side works. If this is your first time on the show, Pick a Side works. It's an exercise in being free in your thought and letting it go and not caring what others think. Not feeling like you need to explain yourself. That's the hardest part for us here. Now, the way Pick a Side works is we're each going to introduce a topic. We will have to pick a side, and that's it. We can't explain our position. If you would like to hear, as a viewer of the show, if you would like to hear more clarification on anybody's position, we are obligated to answer your questions, but not to answer the questions that we may have for each other. So if you'd like to hear more, pop in the chat and just say, hey, I need to know more about this. Why'd you pick this? Let us know. So without any further ado, DJ Star, I'm gonna let you kick us off, brother. And we're gonna go in this order. So you, Elbow Greasy, and then me.
Yeah. Bel-Ami has this thing about order, y'all. He's
Oh
very
my God. You know what's about me?
he's very particular about order.
Brother, I don't know why this is
chaos or order.
Oh man, you know what I'm feeling, right? You when I see this, you know what it's saying to me, right?
You know, there's like a certain level of like I'm so chaotic. Like my space is chaotic all the time. But I know the order of it. It's like, yo, I need this here, that there. The rest of everything else can be crazy. But there's like a certain amount of order that I
don't know. You don't look like a messy dude. You messy Marvin at the crib? What are you talking about, man?
And my wife loves me for other reasons.
Otherwise, you just got shit everywhere. That's how you roll.
It's not that I have shit everywhere. It's just that there are times when shit is everywhere, and I'm unbothered by it. That's what it is.
All right, here we go. So I got some good ones. I'm gonna give you the easy one first.
Oh, right over the plate. Bouncy.
I'll say this. If you also have a pick a side that you would like to offer to us, we'll definitely go through those. We're missing Ricky this week, so we have 2 more pick a sides that we can take from you guys. At least 2. We can take 2 from you guys.
And if you want to, dang it, what's I about to say?
If you want to pop in here.
No, I was gonna say like, oh yeah, if yeah, I don't remember.
Wow,
dang it, that quick.
DJ Star.
Am I a Virgo? No, I'm a Sagittarius.
Sad.
Like long walks on the beach, candlelit dinners by moonlight.
All right, here we go. Pick a side.
Cancer in the building.
So this pick a side. There's going to be two. This is two answers because like I need y'all to think in both. Right?
You hear your man? Two answers.
There's a pre-COVID answer and a post-COVID answer.
Wow.
Or during COVID answer kind of deal because we live in like a COVID era.
I think you just need to ask one of them.
Okay. Or you know what? I'm just gonna ask it. Y'all can make a decision on what it is for you. All right. Movies. Oh, that's what I was about to say. I remember now. If you want an explanation to any of these pick a sides, then just put it in the chat and we'll explain. If you don't put it in the chat, we're not gonna explain. All right, here we go.
I thought
I'm gonna say you already said
you might have said that. I've been sipping. So
you've been done said. Oh, by the way.
Elbow Greasy's contact get into your screen.
I don't know how that seeped in.
I've been sipping. All right, here we go. All right, so movies, Netflix and chill / movies at home, or AMC 30 in the back row, or movies in the theater. That's the same thing.
First of all, AMC 30, ill, gross, nasty. What are we doing?
Back.
We're not in
So
30.
movies at home or movies in a theater? That's the question.
Oh man, crib. Hands down, crib.
Crib all day.
Crib for me too. Crib for me too.
Crib all day.
Yo, by the way, I mean HBO Max, they've been doing their thing, man.
I didn't hear what you said.
What'd you say?
He said Pornhub Max, they be doing that.
I said HBO Max.
Still, is what he said.
I said HBO Max has been doing their thing because they've been premiering new movies that are supposed to be in the theater every Friday.
Really?
Yeah. So that's where like right now Judas and the Black Messiah is on.
Oh, I thought it was just like made for
No, it's supposed to be. It was supposed to be in the theater, and then before that was this Denzel Washington called Little Things. It was also was really dope. And then Tom and Jerry's coming out next week. I mean, it was all right. You're right.
The whole schedule. You got a TV guide or something, bro?
No, because I'm on HBO Max all the time. And if y'all haven't caught Euphoria,
yeah, I heard it's fire.
Yeah. So anyway, okay.
But the movies are because HBO owns Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers, yeah.
Or Warner Brothers owns HBO. HBO's a subsidiary of Warner Brothers.
Right.
So they knew that they could just use their connection, which is why a lot of the HBO movies that come out of these blockbuster films, you know what I'm saying? That is not Independence, etc. Anyway,
yeah, no, I was only gonna say because so the Netflix is also doing the same thing because they're in competition, of course, with HBO Max, in that they're releasing a brand new movie every Friday as well.
Yeah,
and then Disney, they just release WandaVision every Friday, and that's enough. They have nothing new.
Did you see? I think this you can't ignore. And if you watch the Super Bowl, you saw that Paramount is about to be streaming.
Yeah. All these places.
Crazy.
And then guess what? Somebody's gonna do? They're gonna bundle it all up and they're gonna call it cable.
It's like, oh, man, that's a whole nother pick a side.
Yeah. All right.
Now become indoor dining. Crazy.
All right, go ahead, Lever. It's on you.
You know me, mine are like simply difficult, man.
Simply difficult.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Wait till you hear my next one.
Oh yeah. You're gonna be like, it's gonna be part 1 and 2, like you just did. I'm not gonna front though. Oh, okay, I can't explain it. So
yeah, go ahead. Pick a side.
I'll make sure he's good. He seems busy.
You want well done chicken or medium rare chicken?
Here we go. Oh man, cameo. It's like candy. Okay. Is he still here? He's here. There we go. All right. Yo, my pick a side, like I said, is simply difficult. Breast or thighs?
I thought you were about to say breast milk.
Nope.
Or thighs?
That's what you wanted with your drink. I said breasts or thighs.
Aren't both of those white meat?
Nah, thighs is dark meat, brother.
Oh, then
He
thighs,
talking about those deboned thighs, man.
then thighs it is for me.
Why you jumping? It's not your turn.
It is my turn. I go first.
I thought it was a rotation, man.
Oh, it could be a rotation. I like the rotation idea.
You
Keeps
know what I'm
it
saying?
fresh.
Thighs.
Thighs.
Mm. Thighs.
Look at Kadre.
What?
Gary's
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Gary.
Oh wait, so did everybody say thighs?
Yeah, everybody said thighs.
Thank you, Dre.
That's
We're all,
what we're doing right here. Okay.
we're all givers. That's why.
All right, here we go.
Hey, no explanations, man. Come on, man. No one asked.
Cancel culture more beneficial than not.
Cancel culture, is it more beneficial than not? Okay, than not.
More beneficial.
So I guess basically, yes, cancel culture, or no? Is it doing more good than bad?
Yes.
No cancel culture.
Yes, I'm pro cancel culture. Motherfuckers need to be canceled.
You're the tiebreaker. You can't explain it. Just pick a side.
It's true. Can't explain it. Wow.
You picked this dang question.
I was like, I have a whole nother person who can answer before I have to answer. That would just bought me some time, and somebody would have stumbled.
I'll be there.
No.
Pick a side.
No cancel culture.
No cancel culture.
Wow.
All right. Y'all ready for this one?
Like to hear more, you can feel free.
Yeah.
Kadre says cancel culture can become bad if left unchecked.
All right, y'all ready for this one? This is my favorite. This is what I've been waiting for. Single or married? The way you looked up.
Bro, what the fuck are you trying to do right now, man?
I don't understand. I really don't understand.
Just single or married?
Who goes first?
It's your turn, DJ Elbow Greasy.
Man, married, dog. You bugging.
Married. Cool.
I won that bet. All right.
Oh, great. Glad somebody. Thank you, Mabel. Listen, where do you draw the cancel line?
He was waiting. He was like,
and I think I needed it because I wanted to go back and I don't know if I was comfortable with my answer, but I said no. This is what got me, and I really want to ask you this, DJ Elbow Greasy, because we were having a conversation. This is what made me come up with this question. And I think this is really important because, Mabel, there's definitely a line, right? It's necessary into a certain point, and then it becomes toxic. And so, Elbow Greasy, you said we were talking about Rush Limbaugh. You remember this?
Hands down.
We were talking about Rush Limbaugh. And what did you say about Rush Limbaugh? Do you remember?
Racist, disgusting person. May he rest in piss. I can't stand the dude. He's trash.
But you also said something that you were
really?
like, you can't. Yeah, you said you can't ignore the things that he did.
I can't ignore the things that he did.
Yeah, you said people are out here. I was like, people are out here celebrating this dude, and you're like, that shouldn't happen. You can't ignore the things that he did.
Correct.
I wanted to ask you this,
Mm.
and this is why I thought it counted. I was like, so when we mentioned Kobe, did we bring up Colorado?
Look at how he just his face just changed. Oh. Don't spit that water out. Swallow it.
And I was about to ask you in the moment, but I was like, nah, I got to say this for the show.
I don't know if you know me that well, but
Kobe can do no wrong.
That's not true. Everybody has faults. You know what I'm saying? I've never said Kobe is an angel. You know what I'm saying? I think Kobe made a mistake, and I think the love people have for Kobe is because for the first time you had an athlete in their prime that was, was off the pedestal, right? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't his fault that he was off his pedestal. He made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? I think there are times in our society when...
Hold on, time out. He made the mistake or somebody else made the mistake?
No, he made the mistake.
So it was other people's fault that he was off his pedestal?
No. That's not what I mean. And I apologize. What I'm trying to clarify is whatever he did to get knocked off his pedestal was well deserved.
Got you.
I think it was one of the few times in society that someone at their peak gets knocked off their pedestal, and now what are you going to do about it? I think his game changed completely. I think he also he was on his own. There was no Shaq anymore, right? And so him saying, you know what, I'm going to reframe this. I'm going to become a better father. I'm going to reframe this. I'm become a better husband. I'm going to reframe this, and I'm going to be a better teammate. And to see that transformation, it was why Los Angelinos in the world loved him. It wasn't just because of number 8 in those championships. It was, you got knocked down. You made a mistake. You don't have Shaq anymore. Now what are you going to do? He's not supposed to succeed. And the fact that he did and maintained and showed his humanity since he was 18, and grew up in the spotlight. And so when you look at Rush Limbaugh never had that. Rush Limbaugh remained on his pedestal. And when he could have been chopped down, Trump re-elevated him, right? And so that's why I'm saying, people say that about Kobe all the time. And
right.
It doesn't bother me at all. It's just that it's unfortunate that people don't appreciate him enough to when you do say that, you say it with some type of reverence to transformation. You know what I'm saying?
Here's my next question, right? Because where does cancel culture allow transformation? Or
so hold on, let's be 100%. Kobe was canceled.
Okay.
Like after he did what he did, dropped by a gang of, Nike held on to him, but Kobe was canceled. Like people were choosing Shaq over Kobe. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what I'm saying. Like for someone to be canceled, he didn't continue the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't some R. Kelly shit like, oh, another teenager. You know what I'm saying? Like he changed. And so I think people don't acknowledge that you can be canceled. You can get booed. You know what I'm saying? But how do you reframe the boo, understand the boo, and say, okay, I'm going to make them love me?
So can Cosby or Weinstein come back?
All right. So neither of them. I think Cosby and Weinstein are both canceled. I think when it was brought to the attention that Bill Cosby did X, Y, and Z, he used his money and influence to prevent it from moving forward. So when the opportunity to fall on your proverbial sword is available for you and you don't take it, Same thing with Weinstein. You know, he lawyered up to the extent that he got the partner of the law firm that the prosecutor, the DA, used to work for. So basically, he was like, "I'm going to outlawyer you. You can do this, but you're a junior DA. You just became a DA. I'm going to destroy you." And so I think they had opportunities to fall on the sword too, but they didn't. And as a result, the canceling is not because you just did one thing, made one mistake. The canceling is like, this was a long time coming. Change is going to come, and we do it through the canceling.
I like that response, man. So what I'm understanding, what I'm hearing you say is, it's the response that makes the difference, right? So you can, people make mistakes, right? Some will make mistakes enough to be canceled. However, it is once you get canceled, your response to the cancellation is what really matters. So you just need to show some contrition.
I mean, there are dudes that have been going around here smashing, being disrespectful, raping women, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, they were just never held accountable. Like, you look at Woody Allen molested and raped
his daughter,
his stepdaughter, fam.
His adopted daughter, not step. It was
right, adopted daughter. Right. So how was he not? Why did it take so long? You know what I'm saying? And he was an independent filmmaker. He wasn't even like.
I don't think he's been canceled. I don't think he's been.
Yeah, but
no. They just got a documentary that came out. Speaking of HBO Max has put out a documentary right now. He's canceled.
Okay.
But my thing about cancel culture is, I think Dre said it too, it's just like sometimes it just goes too far. Like, just because somebody cursed you out doesn't mean that you need to cancel them. Like, they were trying to cancel Josh Whedon because he had the way he was directed. Like, people didn't appreciate it, or people didn't like the way he was directed. Josh Whedon directed like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and like Angel and like a bunch of shows out back in the 90s.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
But my thing is, what I'm saying is, I think that like there becomes a point where people utilize cancel culture just to get their name out. Like, they felt like, let me jump on board this whole like cancel thing so that I can elevate myself.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't?
No, like, okay, were you talking about like the Stanford person, the Stanford rapist, and then he barely got?
No. I'm talking about, for example, like, let's talk about you remember the whole Aziz Ansari situation? Aziz Ansari.
If we talking about the same person, if we talking about
Aziz Ansari, that's his name, right? Aziz.
Oh, that's different. I think I know that dude.
Yeah.
So you remember how like that girl came out and was like, "Oh, he tried to do this, and they tried to cancel him."
Yep.
And what I'm saying is,
and
I think that like, no, it didn't.
Right.
So what I'm saying though is, people begin to take advantage of this idea of like, oh, we're going to get this person canceled.
I get it, but that doesn't mean the culture needs to be canceled. It doesn't mean the culture isn't necessary, because some people abuse it. Like, for instance, some people abuse prescription drugs. It doesn't mean prescription drugs aren't necessary.
I got you.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to get out.
And also, I think the thing is, when you cancel somebody, you leave no room for redemption.
Well, I think you can. I think that's the response, though. It's all in the response, because, and my initial no to cancel culture was assuming that there is no room for redemption, because I haven't seen much. I haven't seen much at all. It's just like, oh, you fucked up, we're gonna go back and get you, and you're done. And as much as I understand, in some cases it's necessary, unless there's room for redemption, then it becomes like, very harmful. But I think what you said, Lever, like really just illuminates it for me in that it's really about the response from the person who is being canceled.
Yeah, I mean, I think that started with the whole R. Kelly canceled. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the first person in Black culture where we really said we're good was R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? And in this, especially with the internet era, right? And so,
I thought it was OJ.
Nah, you know, I thought about that, but remember, Black folk were cheering OJ. So when did we ever say we're not fucking with OJ?
Yeah.
Before he was winning and he thought that he was above being black. That's when they said they ain't fucking with OJ.
Oh, so when OJ
when OJ was running through the airport.
Okay, so let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. So when OJ Simpson was a former professional athlete, actor now, living in Bel Air, around a bunch of white women. I mean, you look at Kanye West. How if he was really canceled, how is it that Kanye followed the same direction? You know what I'm saying? Like married a white woman.
But Kanye is canceled
to the West Coast. But see, so that's what's funny, because there are people who are of the ilk that, you know, rightfully so, R. Kelly is canceled, right? There are other people who threw Kanye in that lane because of his support for Trump. And then they associate him with the kids locked in cages and to that extent,
also some of the ignorant stuff he said.
And to that extent, I understand, because I understand, I connect to the politics and that. But I remember my first time I ever heard Kanye. I love Kanye. Like I love fucking Kanye. I've never heard an album he's put out that's been whack. Yeezus, everything. I've loved every bit of it.
Yeah.
At one point, I felt R. Kelly embodied the Black experience. You know what I'm saying? Like
until you realize who he was talking about in those songs.
But we knew what he was talking about.
Right. But like when he dropped the I wish, like he was connecting. He was an R&B singer that was also showing his connection to, you know, marginalized people, right? And so he kept using marginalized people, you know, to drum up support and use these gospel themes of redemption. But, you know, I think it's like the whole Pied Piper thing. It's like, we have to cancel you because we know how tempting you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have to cancel Kobe because there were so many other athletes that we could go with, that we could fuck with. But like, we could choose to cancel R. Kelly because he's so tempting, and he's in our neighborhoods. He's amongst us. He's on the radio, and he did the song with R. Kelly, like the backyard party. I was like, oh my God, it's so good. You know what I mean?
I thought that was a whack song, by the way. And
what'd you say?
He did on BET Awards was whack.
You didn't like that? He made it a gangster party, man. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie. I did hear the Best of Both Worlds the other day, and during my run.
Number one, number two. Wait.
No, the first one. It's the best of both worlds.
We cannot.
No, give me your autograph.
We can't.
You ought to know.
What?
No. All right. This portion. This is called the takeover, because these Negroes have started singing R. Kelly stuff, which we can't have happen on the internet here. Not on my watch. We can sing it to ourselves in our
For the record, I was doing.
I don't care if you're doing the Jay-Z part or the R. Kelly part. You're doing one of the parts. We're not going to do that here. All right. Anyway, we're back.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yo, remember that joint? Yeah.
So what about Michael Jackson?
Don't do that.
What about Michael Jackson?
Yeah, come on.
No, come on. Because like, look, this is the thing. Now we won't cancel Michael Jackson because we love his music, right?
No, because he ain't do it. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. What are we talking about?
How do we know he didn't do it?
He would have been under the jail. I'm confused.
No. Because there's
He had enough
people.
money to not be under the jail.
There's people who said that he did it.
Ooh.
Right? Like personally, people who said that it happened to them.
You talking about the Finding Neverland shit?
No, I mean not just the Finding Neverland shit. It was like a whole group of people. So my thing is, if we don't like, why does he get a pass?
All right, I'm gonna tell you some shit. I think Michael, first of all, never had a childhood. You know what I'm saying?
Is that an excuse?
I'm not excusing the behavior. I'm saying I never forgot. I said to my mom, I want to go to the zoo. Oh, baby, we're gonna go to the zoo. We're gonna do. We did 9 errands that day. We never made it to the zoo. Mom, we didn't make the zoo. Baby, the zoo's closed. Ah! To this day, when I drive past zoos, I remember that. And I had a childhood.
Yeah, but you don't go back and finger giraffes, bro.
I don't. So this is where I'm going to go with it. I do think he had kids at his house. I think he allowed them to sleep in his bed, right? He's even said this, but I don't think he did anything. I don't think he did anything sexual.
Listen to yourself.
I think he just never really fully developed in the sense of relationships with it in maturity levels.
He got married and had kids or had kids.
Right, but I don't think he was molesting children. I don't think he was doing all of that stuff.
Okay, so this is my thing though. This is you saying I don't think, right? When there's other people who said that it has happened. The same thing happens though in the R. Kelly situation. The same thing happens in the Kobe Bryant situation. Like other people say, like this is what happened, and that person says, "Well, no, that's not exactly what happened." So my thing to you is, it's like you're still taking a side. Bill Cosby said, like, "No, that's not what happened." He said that. He's like, "That's not what happened."
Are you defending Bill Cosby right now?
No, I'm not defending Bill Cosby. What I'm trying to get you to understand is these situations are highly similar.
You lost me at comparing.
So here's what I'm saying. What I'm hearing is, so I'm hearing that
man.
When we put them in order, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, Kobe Bryant.
Wow,
we like Kobe's playing a lot more.
Wow,
Music a lot more.
Wow.
And R. Kelly, I shouldn't have put Kobe in there. He doesn't belong in this one. But we like Michael's music more than we like R. Kelly's.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said before, Michael got knocked off his throne. He wasn't tripping about it. I think it's just how you deal with being canceled. And when they came at him, he didn't have no joints out on the radio. Like, I just feel like that was a way to try and knock him off his pedestal. But, I still don't believe he did any of that shit, man. So that's why I still love him. Can't tell me nothing. So y'all don't fuck with Michael Jackson? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying that either.
I don't have a view on any of them. But we also can't ignore.
So you fuck with Bill Cosby, though?
Drake? No, I don't fuck with none of them. I listen.
Hold on. What DJ Star say? He fucks with Bill Cosby?
First of all, the only thing I know about Bill Cosby is the Cosby Show and Different World.
Nah, Bill Cosby's.
Oh, and Fat Albert.
Yeah, but
I didn't look at Little Bill. I mean, I was a Eddie Murphy person, not a Bill Cosby person. So I loved it when Eddie Murphy was making fun of Bill Cosby in his comedy specials. And yeah. So that's the cut. That's the cloth I was cut from. So
I went to school with Bill Cosby's brother. So I shouldn't say went to school. He was my teacher.
Oh wow!
And what was really interesting is this is the height of the Cosby Show. And so I never forgot, and by the way, this brother, probably one of the smartest men I ever met. And always have photos of Black history throughout the room, maintained discipline. You didn't mess with Mr. Cosby, man. Kept his sunglasses on. Mr. Cosby was Mr. Cosby. One time someone asked him about his brother. He blacked out. I don't ask you about your brothers and sisters, so don't ask you about mine.
Wow.
That was it.
I want to get us back on schedule here because I feel like we've deviated from.
Yeah, that Kadre is hype in the background, man.
Electricity's on.
I'm gonna add this and I'm gonna move on, and I'm sure Kadre is gonna have a response to this. Kadre, you're just gonna have to hold your response, hold your mule until the end when we get back to you. Because
Were we doing pick a side? Were we in the middle of pick a side?
Yeah, we were in the middle of pick a side, but I also want to say, bring up Michael, that Prince actually took guardianship of a very young person who he eventually wed, if I'm not mistaken. And
wait, what?
Oh, you don't know about this?
Oh, so are we canceling Prince?
Yeah.
Over
wait, you're saying Prince did the same thing as Woody Allen?
All right, hold on, time out. Here we go. I gotta plug him in because he knows the story, and I know he knows the story.
What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Tell him.
Kadre, what you talking about, man?
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say this, as a lifetime member of the Purple Army. What Prince met Maite when she was 16. Now, he didn't do anything illegal with her until she became of age. It was like right around 18.
But
Kadre, so he pulled a Kylie and Tiger.
Huh?
Right.
Yeah.
So what did Prince do? What did Prince make her do until she turned 19?
Until she turned 19, he normally would not have sex with them until they became of legal age, like 18. But yeah.
Oh, well, there are reports, and what I've read is that she was on birth control until she was 19.
That could be possible too.
Okay, so I'm just saying. Right, thank you for your input, brother. We need to go back to the show.
Man,
DJ Breezy, I hate to hit you with that, bro, but it's fact is fact.
Sounds like fake news, unconfirmed reports and shit. Talk about the god Prince Nelson over here, man.
Don't be mad, bro. Listen. Don't shoot the messenger.
Oh, okay.
Don't shoot the messenger. All right, let's get on.
Where do we leave? Who's
It was your turn. It was your turn.
No, I already did my turn. I did single or married.
Oh, it was my turn?
Second one?
Yeah, that was my second
one.
Yeah,
it was the second one.
That was. Okay.
All right. I don't know where y'all going to be on this one. I feel this going to divide the room right in motherfucking half.
Well, can't divide in half, but go ahead.
We'll see. Then one of y'all going to slip, 1.5. All right. Badu or Illy Jilly from Philly?
Badu all day.
Badu all day.
Damn.
Come on now, Texas.
Damn. Damn, for real?
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you, Badu all day. You right.
I mean,
I thought until I saw them live, I didn't know.
Nah, especially after that Dallas video.
Oof.
So you just enamored by the ass.
What'd you say?
Right, you enamored by the ass.
Hey, breasts or thighs, homie?
I'm not mad at you at all. I was trying to find I have a bunch of pick a side topics written down.
Yeah. Although I would say, Badu is also, she put a spell on you. If you look at all those men that she been with, she changed them brothers.
We talking about Common,
Andre 3000.
Oh, Dre, yeah. But that's like old Miles Davis and Betsy Davis. Or is it Betsy Davis? Betsy, it was a woman that he married soon after he met Cicely Tyson for the first time. Betsy, forget her name. Betty Davis. She turned Miles Davis out. He got really into that funky soul shit. You know what I'm saying? The fusion shit. So yeah, Betty Davis, bad sister boy.
Y'all ready for mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, drop it, man.
Tradition, good or bad?
You can come with the paragraphs and shit.
I'm gonna go with good.
I don't fuck with tradition, man. Bad.
Good.
Mm. Mm.
This
That
is about.
that
Staring at
completes.
the chat.
I was gonna say something.
If y'all would like to know more,
I'm staring at the chat.
if you would like to know more about any of the positions, Gary says bad. If you would like to hear any further explanation on these positions, feel free to chime in and let us know. If you notice, I also put a link in the chat wherever you're watching this, and you can pop backstage, have conversations with us like Dre does. Welcome to all. Just make sure you're decent. You don't get us banned.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that, that concludes Pick a Side. And I'd like to tell you about a couple things that I've been working on lately. Yeah, there we go. Full screen. There we go. Full screen. Bel-Ami. Yeah. So make sure you follow on all your social media if I can find it. And I don't have it up right now, but follow at Bel-Ami_music. Oh, you can see it just like in my name tag here. At Bel-Ami_music on all your social media. Couple things that I'm trying to do. If you could make your way over to my YouTube channel, make sure you follow, like, and subscribe on there. Got loads of content that I've been posting. I've also really lately gotten into jump roping. It's been something that I'm totally obsessed with now. And right now I'm in the middle of a 100K jump rope challenge where I'm trying to do 100,000 skips on the internet. So you will see all 100,000 of them online. It's a way of holding myself accountable. And these gentlemen here are also helping me stay accountable to those goals that I have. Also, I host a podcast of my own, which airs every Wednesday at 9 p.m. And I didn't post the thing in here. I have to put it in here when I'm done. Every Wednesday at 9 p.m. You can catch the 6 Degrees podcast. And here we go. You can catch 6 Degrees podcast every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Our guest next week, this coming Wednesday, will be my brother, the one and only Mr. Eric Lewis. If you heard my project at all, he produced that. What else is there? Oh, I also have a couple videos that I've premiered this week and over the last couple weeks. Can we run that? Because it didn't run with sound the first time.
Yeah. Hold on one
Now,
second.
we run it at the end.
Like I'm saying, man, it looked good though. It looked good though.
Well, listen, if DJ Star, I have it up myself.
Yeah, we can run it. Let's just run it at the end as the closer.
Cool, dope. We'll run it at the end. And yeah, that's it. That's what I got going on. I'd appreciate it if you just take the time out. Follow all your social media at Bel-Ami_music.
Cool.
Bel-Ami,
All
where
right.
you people from, man?
Originally from Africa. Then they brought us here on a ship.
You from Texas, or you moved to Texas?
I'm from Texas. My mom's people are from Philly or Philadelphia area, city called Chester, right outside of Philly. And then my dad's people are from Virginia, Waynesboro, Virginia.
Okay.
And, but both of my grandparents' lineage, a couple generations ago back, South Carolina. That's how I know we came up on the ship.
So you black.
Black. Most people in South Carolina came from a ship.
Okay. Damn, you might be square root black then.
Hey, man, never know.
South Carolina.
I wish they'd have gave me a little bit more melanin. You know what I'm saying? Just a little darker. Get that chocolate. Give me that Tay Diggs dark.
Trying to get that foundational black.
I'm trying to get that Hampton Idris black. That
oh man.
Give us free black. That's what I'm trying to get.
You say that.
Give us free.
And get that Hotel Rwanda black. What about you, DJ Swag?
That Miles Davis black, that purple black.
Yeah, we
Strong purple
You
black.
know, Kinda Blue. You know that, right? Kinda Blue, Miles Davis.
Of course.
That was actually named after his complexion.
Are you dead serious?
Nah, I'm just
Oh man, that's crazy. I was literally just listening to that, man. Considered one of the best albums of all time.
Yeah,
you know, hands down.
Anyway, let's keep it moving.
it's on you, man. And we are talking about close the door. Go ahead and intro it, Bel-Ami. You gonna do it?
I don't know how to intro this.
Close the door.
Oh, close the door.
TP.
Bum, 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 bum. Boom.
Yeah. Okay, that's what y'all meant. I didn't know. We didn't talk about this.
We didn't.
We didn't. Yeah, we didn't talk about it. No.
But you know, you didn't want to get shut down in Yugoslavia by playing the record. You know what I mean?
I know, right? Talk to us, elbow greasing.
Hey, man, you always got to ask yourself this, baby. Always. You know, what were my losses in my game? And what were the gains in my losses? You know what I'm saying? That is the question. And I think the equalizer, right? The only thing that's going to make that equation balanced is time. You know, time will tell you. You don't know the immediate gains and your losses, you know, and you don't know the immediate losses from your gains, right? So why am I saying this, right? I mean, a lot of things have happened this week, whether it was I was talking with my guy, Ye, you know what I mean? Ye and Kardashian, Kim are divorced, right? And you think about it like, okay, think about Kanye. What did Kanye gain from being divorced from Kim? What did Kanye lose from being divorced from Kim? Or what did he lose from marrying Kim? Gain from marrying Kim? I think a lot of folks just kind of focus on the losses, like irrespective of the gains. And I think people focus on gains irrespective of losses. Yeah. And so I think when you contextualize both, I think that's, oh snap, what happened? So it's your boy Bel-Ami.
No.
What's going on? What's going on right now?
He's having an out-of-body experience.
No, I'm just like, this nigga's high.
Why?
I think it's
Why? I thought I was onto something.
You are onto something, but the way you talking about it, I'm just like, oh, it's like if you was high, you'd be like, yo, you know, when water's wet, it's like
or
that
not
special
moisture type of water. You know?
So let's start with you then, my brother. I'm making you laugh so much. Maybe I wrestled something inside of you, man. Have you ever? So what? Let me ask you a question. What was your gate? What was the greatest gain you've ever had in your life? Greatest.
The greatest gain was my children.
Right. What'd you say?
My children. And what did I lose? My patience. And I say that because, like, especially like now, like it's hard having toddlers in the age of 40 because, like, and also I think I just lose. Like I'm in a mode right now where I'm trying to amass as much as possible for them, and it's hard to do that knowing that they need me, and they need me to be there. So like, there's this struggle for me of like knowing that I need to spend time with them, but then at the same time, because I'm just like in the prime of my life where I know I can make the most amount of money, that like I need to be doing that too. Right. So, but definitely I think for me, like the greatest gain that I've had is my children. But like with that has come some significant losses because like whether it's time to myself or spending time with my wife or just wanting to do some things for myself, I don't get to do anymore. So
Mm.
you would do the opposite now. My greatest loss. My greatest loss had to be that job
Mm. And what did
because
you gain, sir? You gained your freedom.
what did I gain? Everything. And so for that job, I mean, I thought like I reached the point that I think everybody wants to reach, right? So like I was the executive director, chief executive officer of an organization, you know, that made millions of dollars. And I think everyone wants to get to that point, right? And it's like, man, I made it, right? Like I'm the man. And then I lost it. But in that loss, I gained so much. I didn't see it at first either. And I think you're definitely right about like this time situation. I think that like time heals all wounds, but that time allows you to see some things. And so like what it allowed me to see is that like um I was given too much to that job. Like
Mm.
I pretty much was worshiping that job like if that job was the end all be all. When I should have treated it like a job. That's what I should have done.
Yeah.
And so like what I end up gaining from that, I've gained time. I've gained time with my family. I've gained time for myself. I've gained freedom to be able to do the things that I love. And I've been able to utilize what I've learned to apply to some other things. And of course, you know, I gained this nice little George Lucas gig as well.
You gained
So
dream drop.
and I gained the free agents. Like all of this came because like none of this I would have been doing if it wasn't, you know, for that loss. And so like I'm definitely appreciative of the loss. And I definitely believe that like that idea, I think somebody says like uh like this idea of loss or death creates fertilizer for things to grow because like that's what it does. Like it's fertilizer for the land. And so like when you do lose, you have to take a moment and step back and see what you gain. So yeah.
Yeah, I can I know you didn't ask me, but I'm just gonna jump in here.
I was heading to you.
I think what I lost, and it's taking me a while to think about it because I don't think there's anything that I feel like I've just lost completely.
Mhm.
Um, but I didn't recognize this until Derek talked about his job, but I definitely lost job security or security of like financial security that comes with a consistent paycheck every 2 weeks, where you know what it's going to be. You can plan your life around that. And there's also a certain security in being able to say, oh, this is what I do, and have people understand. And that makes sense. So, in a way, I lost, or I feel like I've lost, um, the security of having a steady income, you know, that I can count on every 2 weeks. Um, and I've lost that, you know, when you tell somebody, hey, yeah, I'm a teacher. I teach math in middle school. You don't have to explain anything else about what you do. They
Yeah.
know what you do and it makes sense what they do, what you do. But when you tell someone, oh, I'm an artist, it's like, oh, okay. Immediately there's an explanation that's required. You know what I'm saying? Oh, how are you? Because you can tell them what you do, but then the question is, well, how are you making money? Or like, how do you live? Like, no, this is what I do to live. Like, and as an artist, I create in various different mediums to generate income. And guess what? Sometimes it don't generate income. But so I think what I've gained from those losses is just a renewed confidence in self. Um, I've gained time that like time to put into my goals and my dreams and to forward my whatever it is that I decide, my relationships, how I choose to, develop these relationships, and things that I would have that I have sacrificed years and years to forward someone else's dream. The founder of this charter network had a dream to do this, and everyone who's working in that network is forwarding his dream. And
Mhm.
so I sacrificed that to pour into myself. And so the gains much greater than the losses. Um, there's some areas where, hey, look, I just got some new shoes the other day because I was afraid to buy shoes. Because I'm just like, I don't want to spend money I don't have to spend. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things, and I'm still trying to develop um my relationship with money, you know. But like that's one of those areas where like I've known scarcity for so long that I got to a point where it was like, oh, it's consistent and I'm good, I'm straight. And then now that it's not consistent, and I go back into scarcity mode, right? And um, so there's some losses in that loss as well. Like I lose that comfort, but I think the net is a gain, even if it's incremental at first, it's still a net gain.
Mm. Mm.
What about you, brother?
Oof. Yeah, I think Derek hit me when he talked about death and the fertilizer. Because my father introduced me to what I knew as manure, horse manure. And we used to have to spread it on his grass in order for the grass to grow. I remember the smell. And when you talk about losses, I think my greatest loss was my mother in her physical form. Um, I mean, talking about a woman who just impacted so many people and whose voice is still in my head to this day. And so I feel like I've gained her. Like this is her necklace. You know what I mean? When I get paper, I'm ice this out. You know what I'm saying? But I wear this because I'm still connected to her. She's she gives me breath. She gives me life, right? In her wisdom from Jackson, Mississippi. So I don't think I would have fully, and I know this sounds terrible, but like, I think in having lost her, I was able to see the seeds that she was really planting for me, and a lot of the knowledge and wisdom she would hand down, and I didn't understand or fought against. I remember when she knew she was dying, she started going around the house and handing me things like, these are those baby pictures when you were first born, and I was still healing from the prior year, from the prior child. So I never sent these to any members of the family. So here you go, the baby pictures. I'm like, yo, why are you showing me this stuff? But she wanted to show me some things that I just may never see, and I may not have known that was in the house, right? So my greatest gain, I would have to attribute in Bel-Ami. You brought it out of me. You started talking about a charter network. One of my greatest leaders was a principal of a charter school, and she taught me how to be humble. She taught me how to, especially as an educator, you might come off as you're so intellectual, you're so smart, you're so together, to some parents who don't have it together in that moment, right? So they might be on attack mode, and you have to sit here and say, I apologize. You know what? You're right. And I'm sorry. And not just do that for the parents, do that for the kids. And my pedagogy as an educator completely changed when I was able to gain a sense of humility and a sense of gratitude for this position, to be able to be and mold folks' minds. So when I lost that, so when I gained that, what I lost, was this hyperinflated sense of self. You know what
Mm.
I mean? I lost this ego, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, man, there are moments I've kicked kids out of class because like I got a dope lesson. I need you to shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then maybe fam is not having a good day. Maybe fam, you know, knows that his mom, like there was a girl we used to have in our class, and the father, the boyfriend would beat up her mom. The child would have to call the police to get the boyfriend to stop beating up her mother, and then she goes to jail, or the guy goes to jail. The mother bails the guy out, right?
It's crazy.
So to have her sitting in front of my class now, and I happen to put my hand on her, like, okay, girl, how's it going? She goes, don't you ever touch me. And so like, how am I gonna? And I was able to do so by shedding my ego. Just like, God, I'm so lucky to have a mom that wasn't getting beat up by my father growing up. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
That's a heavy thing you bring up because you know, I think often the most loved adults in the building at a school are the ones who have empathy. Because most don't. Because the dynamic is adult student. There's such a disparity between there. Like the adults don't communicate with kids in any other environment as closely. You know what I mean? And so kids probably don't engage with any other adults as closely outside of their home. And so a lot of what they deal with at home, they're going to transfer to you as well because that's the only other adult relationship they have. And so when you talk about a kid pulling back like that, like it has nothing to do with you, everything to do with what's going on. And I commend you for recognizing the loss of those negative parts of you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's valuable, you know, to remove the ego, remove yourself from the situation and recognize, hey, guess what? Some kids didn't eat and probably don't know if they're going to eat after lunch. It's Friday. After lunch, they don't know if they're going to eat until breakfast next Monday. You know what I mean? So like recognizing that these things are always at play and are going to factor into every single interaction that they have. You know what? So, you know, ease up off of them that they didn't finish their math homework last night.
Yeah.
That's not a concern to them, you know? Anyway, yeah, just I commend you for that, brother.
Salute. Y'all brought it on me talking about manure and, you know, charter schools.
Yeah, shout out to Danita Jones.
Oof. Man. Shout out to Danita Jones. Yeah.
That's the principal, I assume. Was that the principal? No? Yes? Maybe?
You asking me? I'm telling you, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's where we both worked at Capital Prep. She was our principal. She was dope. She was definitely dope. So
thank you for that.
All right. Yeah, man. That was good. Lever, yo, you 4 for 4, man. You 4 for 4 on your segment. You 4 for 4 in your segment.
Hey man, that's segment. Second, the what?
Hitting us with the heavy stuff, bro.
I know. Be making me want to cry.
hey, I'm talking charter schools and horse manure. Bring it out of me, man.
Yo, also, I just want to acknowledge. Oh, Aaron.
Yeah, what up, Aaron?
Aaron's an educator too. He understands what it is. Empathy is everything. It sure is.
Word.
It matters. It matters. And it's so fitting that Aaron popped in here as we close out the show. Listen, we just want to thank everybody for just joining in tonight for this episode of the Free Agents Podcast, where we talked about being off the grid. We had some really interesting conversations throughout. Pick a Side was heavy. Brought up some really interesting conversations. Some that if you take that, you can take. Listen, if you're in here, if you're watching this, and you've never been to a cookout before, you can just watch our pick a side. Take any of those conversations to a
Bring that up.
yeah, take them to a cookout, and you will see fireworks, guaranteed.
BBB Johnny Gill.
I hadn't even thought about that when I was talking about the Mike Prince, Bill and Kobe combo.
Oh man, this dude. Bring that back up.
But really quickly, yes, DJ Elbow Greasy, you want to tell them where they can find all of your stuff before we get up out of here?
Definitely. I have been religiously on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm gonna have to slow it down because if I don't DJ on Friday, then I'll DJ on Saturday. And so this past week, Monday, was talking all that jazz. Wednesday, we did Wind Down Wednesdays, but this past Wednesday we did What's in My Crate. So we just played a bunch of artists that were in my crate. These are artists whose albums I've never opened before, or I've never played anywhere before. And then on Friday we do what's called Feel Good Fridays, and then we honor some folks' birthdays. So this past Friday we honored Smokey Robinson, we honored Cy Smith, we honored God bless the dead, U-Roy, big huge Jamaican toast maker, man. And then Shantae Moore. What? I was going in with Shantae Moore, boy. But R.I.P. Johnny Pacheco, R.I.P. Prince Marky D from the Fat Boys. I meant to do them last night. I didn't get a chance to, so I'm gonna try and get them next week. So yeah.
Dope. Little known fact that Bel-Ami opened for Shantae Moore.
Open for Shantae Moore. Sang back for Shantae Moore in Houston.
Yeah.
Damn lie, you for real?
2 separate occasions, yeah.
Wow. So you seen her perform that it's all right, it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be all right.
And it was hot than a mother.
It was
it?
The red cat, the AC broke.
No.
Yeah, it was an all-white party. No AC.
Damn lie. You a damn lie.
Right,
no.
man, brother.
And they were like, I'm gonna go see Shantae Moore and this Bel-Ami.
She was singing, bro. She do it all her whistle tones. It's incredible. She's really
she's dope, huh?
And she is fine, brother. Oh, she is.
I'm trying not to ask.
No, it's okay. I think everybody knows and understands and is okay with it.
Yeah.
Man.
Kadre says his brother-in-law plays keys for Shantae Moore sometimes.
Oh, dope. Wow.
Dope.
Wow. Yeah, let the sister get her flowers.
The last time was I opened for her in Connecticut. It was Shantae Moore, Vivian Green, Will Downing.
Oh, man.
In Mint Condition, right? Mint Condition.
Oh.
Dope show.
Wow, dog. You open for Mint Condition?
Open for Mint Condition twice.
Yeah.
Once in Philly, once in Detroit. Hey, man, I'm telling you, man. Look, I'm no slouch here. I've done.
I'm like, DJ Star, who you bring on this show, man?
I've done a few things, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, back in the day, that can be an episode all of itself. Just like the tours that we've done.
Yeah.
And the ripping and running, and then having to go to work the next morning. So like literally driving in.
Drive back from Dallas. Bro, I feel like
yes.
I was
brushing my teeth in the bathroom at school.
It was bro. Yeah. Hey, we was riding. Listen, we was the 3 amigos in that bitch. They let me be third wheel. I was third wheel for the whole process, man.
Yeah. Like literally,
it was like finally.
Yeah, Bel-Ami has been a part of the Eric and Derek show since the beginning.
No way,
yeah, man. It was a good show too.
It was supposed to be a real show.
Yeah. But, we've gotten to this point.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brothers, DJ Elbow Greasy, DJ Star, Bel-Ami. Listen, we're gonna take you out with this video that I just dropped on Thursday.
Yes.
So I'm just anxious for everybody to see it. I'm gonna pull it up here in just a second. And hold on.
Oh, I got it.
But I don't know if the sound was right.
Okay, you're
Oh,
gonna
no,
do it.
I got it.
All right. Well, before you pull it up, then let me just let the people know. Don't forget to like and
Yeah.
subscribe. Also, comment and share
Yes.
as well. All
Oh,
right, yeah.
Derek. You didn't. I heard today that if you wear a necktie, that could get the fomites could spread onto other folks. And so I heard the new slang, no ties, bow tie or no tie. So
Oh, really?
she would like that phrase, bow tie or no tie.
Nice. I don't know what the fomites are, but I
I
got
don't either. I was like, oh my, I ain't wearing no tie. Sorry, Bel-Ami. I'm sorry, man.
It's all good, brother. It's all good. Listen, we're gonna take you out with this special performance.
Yeah.
Bel-Ami. Listen, I don't do covers a lot, but when I do covers, I gotta put my own thing on them, man. Put my own thing on. This is a cover of Sade's song "By Your Side." Hope you enjoy. This is gonna be the last thing you see for this episode.
I'm gonna toot my horn real quick.
Podcast. Go ahead.
Directed by me, edited by Bel-Ami.
Yeah.
Yes. Directed by DJ Star?
Yeah.
Yes. And shot.
Directed and shot by me.
You know, I was doing my Sade mixtape, and literally DJ Star was like, "Yo, drop that Bel-Ami joint." I'm like, "What Bel-Ami joint?" And I was like, "Yo, I didn't even," and I like just threw it in there, and it was fire, bro.
This is cool. This is our first time ever playing it live.
Yeah.
And so it was a totally different, like not totally different feel, but it was interesting, man. And it just felt good. And also, Cherie, I don't know, is a biologist. And so she verified some things.
Got it.
Eyes of fomites, fam. Thank you, Cherie. Bow tie, no tie.
She co-signed for you. Here we go. By Your Side, Bel-Ami.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
You think I'd leave your side, baby? You know me better than that. Think I'd leave you down when you're down on your knees? I wouldn't do that. I'll even tell you you're right when you're wrong. And if only you could see into me. Where you're low, I'll be there, hold you tight to me. You're on my outside, baby, you can't get back in. I will show you, it's so much better than you know. When you're lost alone and can't get back again. I'll find you, darling, and I'll bring you home. And if you need me to cry, go on. I'll be there. Yeah. And in no time you'll be fine. Yeah. You think I'd leave your side, baby? You know me better than that. Think I'd leave you down when you're down on your knees? No, baby, no, I wouldn't do that. I'll even tell you that you're right when you're wrong. Oh, just to make you feel good, baby. And if only you could see into me. I'll be there, yeah. yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Listen, I said, when you're low, I'll be there, hold you tight to me, oh yeah. When you're cold, I'll be there by your side, baby.